Breaking, WNBA free agency is starting to heat up as WNBA star Satou Sabally finally breaks her silence and confirms that she played her final game for Dallas. The WNBA star is now considering her next move, and it will undoubtedly change the landscape of women's basketball. I'm excited for free agency because I'll be able to talk to a lot of players outside the league because I haven't played on another team yet, and I'm excited to get to know them better on a personal level as well as how they approach the game. I love having high-level IQ conversations about basketball to find out where I will fit the best in the future. Will it be the reigning champion New York Liberty, or could Caitlin Clark and the get ready for an in-depth look at the move that could create the WNBA's next dynasty. We have exclusive information on how the Indiana Fever could acquire Sabally and why it makes more sense than you might think. Ben, I assume you're just following up there because you said it. How did Dallas react when you told them? First, they were obviously still trying, but I believe the most important thing is working with the player, listening to their wishes, and figuring out how we can find the best solution for each other. The Dallas Wings star forward Satou Sabally just dropped a bombshell that is rocking the WNBA. Are you ready for this, Sally? The Wings were creating something special with the addition of Sabally K and the first overall pick of the 2025 WNBA draft, who was likely Paige Bueckers or possibly Olivia Miles. Now that it's all falling apart, let's take a look at Sa's time in Dallas for 5 seasons. She's been a force to be reckoned with, averaging an impressive 15, 3-7 points, and 7 rebounds. 6 assists per game. However, she has struggled with injuries. Sabally only had 1 season in which she played more than 20 games, but this is where things start to get interesting. Despite missing the first half of the 2024 season due to a shoulder injury, she returned with a bang, averaging 17, firing a scorching 45 and scoring 9 points. Beyond the Arc's 2% talks about making a statement this season. She is one of the league's most versatile players and has a soft touch on her jump shot, and she's marrying it with a classic 94 jump shot. However, Sabally didn't just announce her departure. She also stated that she is working with Dallas to find a new home, and Dallas will probably core her. The Wings will make sure they receive something in exchange. Let's look more closely. There have been rumors of tension between Sabally and the Wings organization, and she has been playing on 1-year contracts, never committing to a long-term deal. Her last contract was a cool $195,000 for a single season, which is a lot of money, but for a player of Sab's caliber, it might not be enough. As a result, Sab has officially announced that she is leaving the Dallas Wings, which I thought was interesting because I thought that Paige Bueckers would probably join her. With Sabu and RK Gumbo, the Wings could have been a really good team, and the plot thickens because the team is going through a major upheaval. They have a new general manager and a new coach, and they may lose other important players in free agency. It's like a perfect storm of change in Dallas, and Sabu's departure isn't just about her. It's a game changer for the entire league. 2 teams are emerging as front runners. Let's start by discussing the team with which Satou has many personal connections, and then we'll discuss the team that is most likely to sign her. As you can see here, WNBA free agent Satou Sabally says her time with the Wings is over, but the Wings aren't going to give her up for nothing. The same thing happened with Skylar Diggins when she played for the Wings. They courted her and traded her. Satou usually complains about his unfair legal treatment by the Wings and the amount of time that they spend with him for the last 4 years. And here she is. You can read this article by Annie Kahns wrote from January 7th. The league understands that Satou will be on the move after the Wings make for a core player this weekend, when GMS can be in sanding and qualify offers in core tags, family ties, college connections, and a championship pedigree. It was interesting just going off of that article that Liberty and Satou Sabally appear to be a match made in heaven, but sometimes dreams come with a hefty price tag. The Liberty are set to play their toughest opponent yet, the salary cap. Let's take a look at what the Liberty bring to the table. They're not just good, they're the reigning NBA champions. Imagine taking the court with Jonquel Jones, Sabrina Ionescu, and Brianna Stewart. That's a lineup that makes opponents sleep at night. For Sabu, it's not just about the star power, it's personal. Would you want to play with your sister? Of course, I would love that photo of Sabu suiting up next to her sister, Nara Sabrina Ionescu, who is already sporting Liberty colors. Let's not forget about the chemistry between the two. It's already there, just waiting to be rekindled. And the Liberty is the best trade package. I still believe that would be our preference because even though it's not the Indiana Fever, New York is still New York, and she's playing with Sabrina, her sister, and Fitch, who she plays for with the German national team. It's almost a given that they would win a championship. But here's where it gets complicated. The Liberty's roster is like a luxury sports car, sleek, powerful, and incredibly expensive. They have 3 max players, Jones, Ionescu, and Stewart, all of whom are max contract players. So it's almost impossible that the New York situation won't materialize because of the salary cap, and they actually have enough money to get her. So what's the plan? Could we see some creative contract magic? Maybe Stewart, a free agent who has stated that she's returning, takes a pay cut, or does SA agree to a smaller paycheck for a chance at a ring? Here's another catch. The Liberty's forward rotation is already stacked, so if Sabally joins, she might have to compete for minutes and opportunities to touch the ball. This is a far cry from her star role in Dallas. So the harsh reality is that no matter how much the Liberty wants Sabi and she wants them, sometimes the numbers just don't add up. It's like trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. Second, a storm is brewing in Indiana that will shake up the entire WNBA. The Fever have a little over $650,000 in cap space to spend this offseason, but what is their master plan and who is on their shopping list this time? It's clear that they need defense and depth, and they can't really bridge things right now. Let's talk about the Fever's front office shakeup. They've brought in some serious firepower. Stephanie White, an Indiana legend and former Fever player, coach, and WNBA Coach of the Year, is now in charge. This isn't just any coach, though. This is a championship caliber leader who knows how to assemble a winning team. This tree isn't here to play games. They're here to win championships. The future is bright, and our ultimate goal is to hang another banner in the fieldhouse. Our ultimate goal is to return here after we win that championship and celebrate like we did in 2012. Now imagine Caitlin Clark, the team's scoring and passing machine, teamed up with Aba Boston, the inside powerhouse, and add in Kelsey Mitchell's scoring and veteran savvy and Lexi Hull's shooting. That's a core that could make some serious noise. But the Fever isn't content and is hungry for more. Priority number 2 has everyone talking. They're not just looking for any forward. They want length, they want defense, and they want someone who can score when necessary. Building quality depth will be crucial when you have a core 3 like we have, and you surround them with players who will fill the roles first and foremost, and who will embrace the roles secondly, and who give us the best opportunities for success by complementing what they do really, really well. And third on the list are versatile wings who can score and defend the Fever. They're creating an offensive juggernaut that can also lock down on defense. Lastly, they're in the market for a backup guard who can keep the offense going when Clark or Mitchell need a break. This is about depth, people. Tonight, William pulls the "oh, get that egg out of my basket." Dallas needed a little bit of energy and juice right there. Thank you for that stat. Now let's connect the dots. A versatile forward who can score, defend, and provide length, who could perfectly complement their Fab Four. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Yes, the Fever's offseason priorities read like a SAU SAB job description, and they have the money to make it happen. The Fever isn't just split. Boston, Mitchell, and Hull are not just a team. They are a potential dynasty in the making. We are at a point where, well, we have an attractive group and a great organization, and we can get a few free agents to come here and bolster us and keep us on the path that we're on. But the management of the Fever isn't being shy about their intentions. They've made it clear that they're taking an aggressive approach to free agency. They're not just looking to make the playoffs. They're aiming for the championship, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to get there. So how exactly will this happen. So, a few years ago, Indiana wasn't exactly the first place that comes to mind when you think of WNBA free agent destinations. But now the Fever have everything that Satou Sabally could want, and they have the funds to offer both Kelsey Mitchell and Sabally. They need a versatile forward who can defend multiple positions and score from anywhere on the court, which is Sabally to Ate. No other team in the league has Caitlin Clark. Are you in a position where you can add some pieces? Yes, we are, and I would think that if you're a smart basketball player and you watch how she plays, you'd want to play with her. Indiana isn't just giving Sabally a paycheck, they're giving her a chance to be a part of something special, a starting role on a team that's on the rise, a chance to be the missing piece that makes a good team into a great one, and most importantly, a team to play with. When you combine this once-in-a-generation talent with Indiana, you likely get the 8th pick for Satou, Nalisa Smith, and either a 2026 first or Grace Berger. Sab's versatility and Clark's incredible passing ability make this a match made in basketball heaven. Sa has been shooting lights out from beyond the arc 46% from three-point range over the past 2 seasons. Imagine those shots coming off of flawless passes from Clark. That's not just an offense that makes opposing defenses shudder. But don't take my word for it. Sabally has been giving fans some clues about joining the frenzy, liking fan posts about it and saying that Caitlin is a fantastic generational talent who will accomplish incredible things. For Sa, Clark and the Indiana organization are about more than just basketball. It's about finding a place where she fits both on and off the court. Caitlin is the face right now, and that's good. She's selling out gyms, so why would you hate that? We had a sold-out home opener, and I believe it was a practice game, so it wasn't even serious. We benefited from that because now we have all of our fans there and they're excited, and you have new people entering a market. She is her own economy, which is incredible. Let's take a moment to discuss that. The Fever aren't just giving Sabally a team. They're giving her a role in a potentially historic lineup that could dominate the league for years to come. Players can come here, get better, and be surrounded by a supportive organization. They will have everything they need to succeed. But here's where it gets really interesting. Adding Sabally to the mix not only makes the Fever better, but it completely changes them. We're talking about going from a playoff hopeful to a serious championship contender, and the numbers support this. Sabally's ability to score, defend, and stretch the floor is exactly what this Fever team needs to advance. In the end, the Indiana Fever aren't just a good option for Satou Sabally. They might be the best option for her career, her game, and her legacy. The WNBA landscape has an opportunity to turn Indiana into instant champions and to create something truly unique